All right, Mad Mick is in rare form tonight, for people. He got a hold of that Weller, and he had a good old time. This video is about what I do with my shine. I very rarely keep White Dog around. Obviously, here's a little jar of my White Dog. It's fine. You know what I mean? I've been to I don't know, hundreds of distilleries. Well, dozens. I'm confident saying dozens, maybe heading over 100. A lot of distilleries will let you taste their White Dog, and I've never been impressed with none of it. And don't take it personal, because I'm not particularly impressed with mine. Moonshine is moonshine. You know what I mean? It's great sometimes, but anyone who's followed my channel knows I like my shit in a barrel. I'm all about whether it's a brandy, whether it's a whiskey, whether it's a single malt, whether it's a bourbon, it's got to go into a barrel. And I've got a collection of barrels, and I keep recycling them. I wouldn't say I'm a cooper, but I'm not afraid to tear a barrel apart, mark each individual stave, maybe do some work to it, put it back together, and then rehydrate it so it don't leak. But my favorite thing to do with moonshine, if it's not going into a barrel, is fruit flavor. People love it. People really, really love fruit shine. Now, I've also done things like apple pie moonshine. That's an entirely different thing. That's you're creating a syrup and boiling it down. It's entirely different. But the fruit shine. So here you got Maine blueberry shine. Maybe I should pull these up. Now, you can see that Maine blueberries are not like normal blueberries. They're super small, super sweet. These aren't fresh. They're made by a company, I think it's called Wyman's, out of Maine. Obviously, if they're Maine blueberries. You can get them frozen at Walmart. They are super sweet, super delicious. You dump them in the shine, you don't have to do a fucking thing to it. Just let it sit for a while, and the blueberries will do the work. Now, here we got a blackberry and a raspberry. Now, here's where things get tricky. If you get a blackberry or a raspberry moonshine from your liquor store, well, what you're basically getting is a moonshine with a little bit of blackberry or a little bit of raspberry in it and a whole lot of artificial flavor and sugar. I ain't all about that. When I make my fruit shines, I want them fucking organic. You know what I'm saying? There's no artificial flavor, no added sugar, no nothing. Now, if you've tried this before, you know that this is not easily done. You're not just going to put some fucking blackberry or raspberry in your shine and sip it a couple days later and have it taste like blackberry or raspberry. It's not going to happen. So, this is the process that it happens. I take my blackberry, I put a whole package of blackberries in it, let it sit about 2 weeks. Same thing with the raspberries. Take a whole package of blackberries, let it sit in it for a week or two. Wait until the fruit goes white. The liquor, the alcohol, the White Dog that goes into these will suck the color and the flavor out of those berries. The berries will be practically white by the time 2 or 3 weeks goes by. Give it time. Don't be in a rush. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Then what I do is I take those berries out and then I put them into the Ninja juicer. I take the berries out, the first batch of berries out, put them through a juicer. Maybe put some cheesecloth in to keep the seeds or anything from going into it. Juice it out. That juice, those berries that are in here will suck up at least 10% of your alcohol, maybe even more. Juice them out. Put that juice back in the jar and add a second batch of berries to the mix. Now, there are going to be people out there that are going to be like, holy shit, you've got $8 worth of berries in one single jar. The first batch went in, the alcohol fucking drove all the color out of them, drove all the flavor out of them. The berries are white. They are done. Take them, put them into a cold press juicer. Juice all that alcohol and flavor out of them berries as much as you can. Cheesecloth them a little, or you could even coffee filter them a little bit. Make sure you're not getting all that yuck and seeds. You know, blackberries and raspberries got a lot of seeds in it. Filter all that shit out, put it back in the jar, dump in a second batch of berries. Now, as you can see, now the berries are starting to get white again. Leave the blueberry out. The blueberry, you just put it in there, leave it. The blueberries will be fine as long as they're those main blueberries, not normal blueberries. Don't use normal blueberries you find. Find those Wyman blueberries. But the blackberry and the raspberry, after you've juiced out the first bunch and you've dumped in the second batch with the juice from the first batch, well, my people, now you're fucking cooking with fire. I tell you what, these jars are probably heading on a month old. Leave out the white dog. The white dog is probably a month old too, because that's white dog that went into these before I even put the first berries in them. So the white dog is probably older than a month old. This is the way to make berry shine. I'm not interested in flavorings. I'm not interested in artificial colors. I'm not interested in squirting in fucking sugar or squirting in, what do they call that when you got the liquid sugar? When you get berry shine from the store, you're basically getting sugar, artificial flavor, garbage, and a little bit of fruit at the bottom to make it look like they actually made a fruit shine. It ain't fucking fruit shine. It's fucking trash. So, I don't keep white dog around. It either goes in a barrel or I do something special with it. White dog is fine. Every once in a while, I'll grab a white dog, have a sip. You've got to know what your own white dog tastes like. Batch to batch, whether it's made of apples, peaches, bananas, a combination of all, whether it's a grain white dog, whether it's I tend to use corn and a lot of malted grains, but you've got to taste what your hearts of your white dog taste like, so you know whether you put it in a barrel or whether you make fruit shine out of it, what its base is made out of. This is the base. This is what can potentially be made out of it. Raspberry, blackberry, blueberry. You can use I've used strawberry. Strawberry is good, but it's got to sit for a long time. Those strawberries are going to go white. In fact, I would probably cut my strawberries up, because you get big, juicy red strawberries. It takes a while for that liquor to penetrate it and do its business. You know what I mean? But I just want to do a quick video on the way I make fruit shine, I guess you call it fruit, and people love this shit. If you do it right, if you put a little love into it, a little care, you know what I'm saying? You keep it organic. Sugar. You know what gives you a hangover, people? I'll tell you what gives you a fucking hangover. It's called sugar. Right. Now, there are natural sugars in the fruit, obviously. But think of every bad hangover you had. It's probably some super sweet, garbage, cheap liquor. Now, with a white dog, you're never going to get a hangover. This is perfectly pure liquor. Now, if you drink enough of it, you're going to know you drank something, but you're not going to have a hangover. You're going to be banged out because you partied all night, but you're not going to be banged out with a hangover. And the same thing applies to when I make fruit shine. I don't want trash in my shine. I don't want sugar. I don't want garbage. I want natural flavors. And that's the way I make my fruit shine. Now, I know this video's rambling, but I thought I should make a video on what I do mostly with my leftover shine. If it doesn't go into a barrel and I've got white dog left, this is usually what I do with it. And like I said, there are other fruits you can use to flavor your shine. But if you do it right, if you pay attention, you take care, you put effort and love into it, and you do it the right way, naturally, people fucking eat this shit up. I mean, honestly. People have had my blueberry, blackberry, raspberry shine that I've done exactly, and they're like, they will even take the time, because I always tell people, don't throw that fruit out. That fruit is loaded with liquor. It's loaded with flavor. I've had friends tell me, I drank your entire bottle of shine. Then I took the blackberries out and I put them in my food processor and made like a syrup out of it, or, whatever you call it. And I put it over my ice cream at the end of the night after I was wasted. And it was delicious. Don't throw the fruit out. Enjoy it, people. So, sorry for the long 12-minute rambling video, but I thought I should make a video on what I do with my leftover white dog if I don't put it into a barrel. This is what I do with it. I make fruit shine out of it. And people eat this fucking shit up. And I do too. You know what I mean? When you're at a party, you're at a get-together, you're on a camping trip, a hunting trip. I had a girl at my club, one of the bartenders, an older lady, wonderful lady. She's like, can I get up and try that fruit shine? I'm going away with my girlfriends, and I want to have some to share with them. It's delicious. And when she got back, she was like, me and my girlfriends enjoyed that jar so much. We passed it around. We each had a couple sips. She's not even a heavy drinker. She's just like, I just want a couple sips. It's more about the experience of sharing it with your friends wherever you're at, on vacation, at a party, around a campfire, on a fishing trip, on a hunting trip. There's something special about fruit shine, especially when it's done the right way. When it's done with care and love, and it's natural. It's not flavored. It's not packed with unnatural additive sugar. It's just pure organic fruit shine. People eat this shit up, man. And I do too. I wish I could share it with you. Honestly, I wish I could open this jar, pour it down my phone, and then share it with everybody who's watching this video or will watch this video. All right, that's enough of me bullshitting about the fruit shine. But hey, and on top of that, this Ninja cold press fruit juicer, that's a fucking good juicer. If you're gonna buy one, there might be better, but this one does a trick for me. All right, enough. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves.